last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years. So when a company tells you they're offering a long warranty, ask yourself this: where will they be in 10 years? If they disappear, so does your warranty. Here at Mallett, you know we'll be here, just like we've always been. At the end of the day, a warranty is only as good as the company that stands behind it. Choose the name that's been trusted for decades. Choose Mallett Buildings. When you're ready to invest in a building that lasts, call us and let's get started. At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty, we've proven it time and time again. And if something goes wrong years from now, we'll still be here, ready to make it right. Our customers trust us because we don't just build structures, we build long-lasting relationships. We use only the highest quality materials, kiln-dried, ground-treated lumber, and MCA ground-treated posts with lifetime warranties. That's why our buildings are designed to stand strong for decades, and why we can confidently stand behind our warranties. And don't forget, we're a state-licensed contractor with licensed engineers right here in Louisiana and Texas. We don't cut corners, and we adhere to the highest standards, ensuring that every building we construct is built to last. When you choose Mallett Buildings, you're choosing a company with real credentials, real experience, and a proven commitment to quality. We've built for families, businesses, farms, and more, all with the same dedication to excellence that's been our hallmark for over 25 years.
Hey, good afternoon, folks. I hope y'all had a good couple of days and everybody's safe out there, and we got through this little blizzard in Louisiana. I never thought that, huh? Anyway, we got a show for you today. I know everybody here at Mallett, we're glad to be at work doing what we do. So every day we like to start out telling you every week our weekly discount. We're going to give you an extra $500 discount to our military personnel, healthcare workers, educators, and first responders. Cost per square foot. We've been talking about cost per square foot lately, folks, and you need to be thinking about that when you're purchasing your buildings. Okay. For instance, our value building, you get a two-year workmanship warranty. On this building, you get free roof and wall insulation. We got a special right now, 30 by 50 by 12, $29,999. You get a 4-inch concrete slab, 6 by 6 post, 36-inch walk-through door. This building's rated for about 130 mile-an-hour wind. You get a 10 by 10 roll-up door, standard 2 by 6 truss, and of course, #1 dry kiln treated lumber. And that is only $20 a square foot, folks. We told you the other day that if you go and build a house right now, you're about $180 a square foot. So put that in perspective with our buildings here. The bigger you get, we're going to give you a little bit better discounts. You got a 40 by 60 by 12. Only $43,999. That comes out to $18.33 a square foot, folks. I mean, listen, this building will be ready to go, concrete, everything. You can come back later, do whatever you want on the inside for only $18.33 a square foot. Put that in perspective, okay? Upgrade, we're going to our signature series, which is an upgrade from the value. That is standard 2 by 8 truss, 5-on-12 roof pitch, 26 gauge metal on roof and wall insulation, 4-inch concrete slab, 2 10 by 10 roll-up doors, 1 walk-through door. This building gets a 6-year workmanship warranty. Got Zac screws on roof and wall, engineered cable retention system, 4x4 framework on all windows and doors, concrete under every post. And if you got a wing, we do engineered mono truss, which would have been very helpful if any of you had some little lean-tos out there that collapsed. Mono truss, very strong, very sturdy. That would have helped in this kind of snowy situation, which we don't really ever have to worry about, but once in 20 years, I guess, that we had something like this. Anyway, so signature building is 30 by 50 by 12. Cash price is $32,999. Only $22 a square foot, folks. Bigger you go, 40 by 50 by 12, $20 a square foot. Then you got a 40 by 60 by 12 for $17.67 a square foot. Complete. Concrete, everything ready to go. Walk in there, start storing your boats, storing your tractors, storing whatever you want to do. Build a little man cave, she cave, or she shed, however you want to say it. But this is our signature building, and which is an upgrade from the value. Now you get the Mallett, the Elite. So with the Elite, you get all the stuff I just said. Nobody in the country builds this building. Why? Well, because you're getting 2 by 8 scissor truss, okay? All dry kill lumber, #1. That's in all our buildings. You got 10-year workmanship warranty. You got 3-foot truss spacing, folks, and 9-foot post spacing. 5-on-12 roof pitch, 2 10 by 10 roll-up doors, 1 walk-through door, 26 gauge metal with manufacturer warranty, roof and wall insulation, gutters and gutter brushes. In this building, you're going to get 6 inches of concrete. Why is that important? It's only 2 inches more than the 4-inch on our other building, but it's 2.5 times the strength. Very important. Very, very quality building. Nobody else does this. We're going to cut control joints in that slab because, in my opinion, there's only 2 types of concrete slabs. one that hadn't cracked and one that's gonna crack. And when I say crack, you're gonna have some hairline cracks. Well, what we do is we'll go in there and cut you some joints in there, so we're trying to tell it where to crack, where it's gonna look pretty after that, okay? So that's what that is. You get post protectors, insulated windows, engineered wood screws and ollie logs, engineered cable retention system, 4x4 on the walk-through doors and windows, concrete under every post, continuous ridge vents, Zac screws on roof and wall. You get wainscot on this building. Makes it look very nice. It's an upgrade. You don't have to get it for those of you that don't want it, but it's free on this building. Let's see, engineered mono truss. There we go again with the mono truss. It's engineered mono truss instead of rafters. If you had rafters and you have a big lean-to, with all that weight of that snow, we probably might know somebody that had those things collapse. But when we put the engineered mono truss, very, very strong, very sturdy. It's going to hold a lot more weight, okay? This building is 145 wind load, licensed engineer on staff. It's very handy for us. He's a very good guy. We're going to get him up here one day talking to you guys. When we build your building, we are watching it every minute of the day, okay? And then, of course, you got 24 access to Lee Mallett's cell phone, which I don't know any other business owner that does that. He does that for everybody. So let's go through the elite specials. 30 by 50 by 12 is regular $39,999. Cash price $37,999. That's only $25.33 a square foot, folks. A 40 by 50 by 12, regular price is $48,999. Cash price is $46,999. That's only $23.50 a square foot, folks. A 40 by 60 by 12 is regular $55,999. We got it on sale for you. Cash price at $53,999. That is only $22.50 a square foot, folks. Now, that's a good price just as it is, okay? But if you could see up here, we're throwing in an electrical package. What does that mean to you? Well, what that means is we're going to save you a lot of money. You can't find one less than $6 a square foot electrician to come put you this in your building. We're giving it to you, folks. So what does that mean? Well, let's just pick a 40 by 60. That's 2,400 square foot, I think, if my math's right. Times $6. That's over $12,000 value, folks, that we're throwing in on this deal. We can do that because we have our own electrician on staff. So this by far is one of the best deals out there, folks. And it's the best building in the country. Nobody builds a building like this. Y'all need this building? Call our building specialists downstairs. They're waiting for you to call. Okay? Let's go to the next thing. Tubular versus steel. All right? This is an easy one, in my opinion. Well, you've seen this thing. We showed you that. Watch it one more time.
1, 0, all engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo.
Folks, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to spend my money on that. Here's why. You see these little anchor rods, if you want to call it? That's one way that the little tubular does. Or if you put it on concrete, which they don't do, you have to. That's extra with them. You got to go and red iron. Now we're getting into the anchor bolts. This is what's holding these buildings up. On a red iron building, holding little anchor bolts. This is a 2-year study. I mean, even 304 stainless steel has deterioration after 2 years, folks. What's going to happen after 10, 20 years? I mean, this is why you see a lot of red iron buildings collapse in the storm. I don't know about you, but post frame's a way better option. So here at Mallett, we give you the best building in the country. Let's see what we got next. Okay, here it is. And here's why. So this is our standard, looks like maybe a signature series building right here. And this is a red iron. That's 20 foot apart, their truss. This is every 5 foot apart. A lot more material, folks. I mean, you can look at this and tell. Plus, our system is anchored, every post is anchored in the ground 3 foot, and cable retention system is underneath that concrete, helping with the uplift. Way superior, okay? And then if you want to build something inside of a red iron, you gotta do your outside structure. Whereas if you do a post frame, we're ready for you. You can start building. You know, whatever kind of layout you want inside of our buildings. Way better. So benefits of a Mallett post frame: you got way more material than tubular and steel buildings, red iron buildings. Why is that important? Well, we're giving you twice the amount of material. It has to count for something. I mean, that's why it's superior. It's stronger. It's going to last longer. Okay? Interior is ready to finish. I showed you in the other slide. You had to build a whole nother house inside of your building. And like I said a while ago, I kind of jumped the gun, but it's uplift protection on post frame is way superior than red iron or tubular. And why? Because we got our grid system. We got our cable retention system underneath the concrete. So basically, we're tying aircraft cable from post to post and then diagonal, and we pour that 6-inch concrete on top of that, and it locks everything in, folks. Way superior. Go check out Darla K's. That was one of the only buildings that made it through both of those last hurricanes we had. This is part of the reason why right here. So folks, we got an interview today with some customers. So after this break, we'll be getting back with you. Stay tuned.
At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years down the line. If a company hasn't been around for very long, what happens if they go out of business before the end of their 10-year warranty? What happens to your warranty then? The answer is simple. You're left with nothing. No support, no repairs, no protection. You've essentially been robbed of the protection you were promised. At Mallett Buildings, we've been here for the long haul, with over 2 decades of experience. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and countless satisfied customers who can tell you, when we say we offer a 10-year workmanship warranty.
Hey folks, we're back here. We got Mr. Josh Sapier from Houma, Louisiana. He bought his building back in 2023. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing fantastic.
All right, cool. Well, look. Got a couple of questions for you. I'm looking at your building right here, man. Y'all, and look, boy, that snow makes it look like it's a postcard, huh?
Oh yeah, it came out good, man. I got the guest house and I got the big house.
Yeah, this is nice. This is actually the first time I'm looking at your building here, man. That's some nice looking buildings you have there.
Yep. Thank you guys for all the hard work, man.
Oh, cool. Well, look, I got a couple questions for you, if you don't mind.
Yep, go ahead.
What do you like most about your buildings now that you have had them for a while?
Man, I guess the number one thing would be the no maintenance. I mean, they're maintenance free. You know, all you got to do is hit them with the pressure washer every now and then. There's really no maintenance. We got hit by that hurricane a while back. I didn't even so much as lose a gutter. Everybody around me had walls falling in, roof coming off. I didn't have any issues, and then this little snowstorm hit, and my buildings are foam insulated, and I didn't even have one pipe freeze or no issues, man.
Boy, that makes it nice, don't it?
That's it. No maintenance, man. You know, you can come home and enjoy your life. You ain't got to work on your house all the time.
Yeah. Well, you got some nice looking buildings, man. So tell me, what was your experience like working with us?
Man, it was pretty good, man. When y'all said y'all was coming, the material showed up. The guys that erected the building was super fast, super clean, very professional. I had to say what really impressed me over everything was just the cleanliness. They cleaned up after themselves, and every different contractor that came in, from the building erector, from the cement guy, everybody cleaned up, and it was a great experience. Anytime we had one little hiccup or one little question, I called. You guys were on top of it, and dude, it was a great experience.
Yeah. Well, you kind of answered my next question. My next question was how did our team do in keeping you informed of the process of while we were building your building?
Man, it was they was calling me and telling me what was going on with the next step and when to prepare for the next step to make sure I had everything on my end done. And basically, so I didn't hold y'all up. Once y'all got started, I mean, we kind of, it flew up. These buildings from start to finish, it might have took you guys a few weeks. And then I actually turned them into homes. I was completed living in them within 3 months.
Man, that's pretty awesome. I've been telling everybody about the square foot price of the building and how they need to consider that, on the outside structure. I mean, they can get in these buildings a lot cheaper, and I don't know about how much you had to pay when you probably did a lot on the inside. I don't really need to get into that. But my question is, were there any parts of the process that stood out to you, good or bad? I mean, we live here. I mean, be honest with us now.
Man, as far as, good was the building showed up, and I'll tell you what really impressed me was when the two guys showed up. It was two guys, and they told me how long it was going to take them to put these buildings up. I was actually out of town, and I showed up 4 days later, and the little one was complete. And I walked it trying to find something to call them out on, thinking they rushed through it. But the truth was, man, it was just very professional, and they do their job. These wasn't guys that do plumbing and electrical. These were guys that did buildings.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Since we built your building, and that's one thing I got to say about us over here at Mallett. Since you built your building, back then we were using Arlo cameras, and now we went to a new system where, man, we can see what's going on at your building every 5 minutes if we want to. So that's something new that we've added since we built your building. Mm-hmm. Let's see, how well did the building turn out compared to what you had in your mind?
Well, unlike a lot of people, I guess a lot of people can't visualize things start to finish, but I sat down with your team over there one time and basically had all my plans hand drawn on some napkins, and you guys walked through it. And one thing, they never tried to upsell me on anything. They wanted to make sure that I got what I want. Mm-hmm. And man, the price was right. Everything came together, I guess, exactly, maybe a little better than I visualized at the end.
Yeah. Well, it was nice. I'm glad you got to come in and do that. I mean, we encourage all of our customers to come in, sit down with the team, let us help you, with the project. We invite everybody. Not many people, not many of our competitors even have a facility that anybody can go into, I'm sure you got to see the truss plant while you were here.
Correct. Yeah, Mr. The guy that took us around and showed us the way the truss system worked. What a lot of people don't realize building these buildings, people say they want barn-dominiums, they want to build metal building houses, but if you put up a metal building, you still have to build the inside of that house up to code. You guys were able to engineer this building so I could actually build it as a home. Like my truss are every 2 foot apart, and made everything up to hurricane code down here.
Right.
So it actually saved me a lot of money on the front end by y'all not lying to me, because a lot of these metal building companies, which what I was going to go with, was telling me they could give me a building for half the price. But in the end, it would have cost me about $150,000 more to finish out as a home.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I was just talking to our customers about that right before me and your interview here. just letting them know they got to build a whole house inside of a red iron building if they want to go that route.
That's correct. You know, like, I mean, a lot of people down here that's listening that know me probably think you guys are crazy because I'm one of those guys that I speak out. You know, I don't cover anything up. And man, just to be completely honest, you know, some of these metal building companies were showing you these low numbers in the beginning, but when you went with the planning commission over here to get your permits, they didn't meet code. You basically, nobody would finance these people. You had to pay out your pocket, and I mean, it was just. If you ever tried to resell it, I could resell this as a post frame home.
Right.
You know, you build one of these metal buildings, you can't sell it, but as a shop, nobody's going to finance these people.
And plus, not only that, I don't think you would like that 2-on-12 roof pitch that you would have got with a red iron building. Not with this snow.
One guy was quoting me really cheap on the red iron building, but his truss was 8 foot apart. I would have to build a whole nother infrastructure on the inside to support the inside the home. Right.
Well, look, what in the end, it sounds like you had other options. What made you feel like this was the right choice, or Mallett Buildings?
Well, when I first talked to a few contractors and I decided to contract it myself, I reached out to a couple of metal building companies, and everybody was trying to get me to go with a bigger foot plan, but I was limited on the property because it's only a half an acre. Mm-hmm. And when I sat down with one of your engineers over there, he told me, he said, man, we can just go a little higher with this thing. You know, put you some 21-foot ceilings in your living room and kitchen. He said, we can do you an upstairs, give you another 750 square foot upstairs. And, man, when he told me that, I got to thinking, and I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And, man, it saved me. Now I got a lot of my property back. I'm not taking up this big old footprint, and I just went taller with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Well, look, is there anything?
My little one.
Oh, go ahead.
My little one has 14-foot ceilings. So, man, like when the fire marshal walked in to come do his inspection, when he walked in, he literally said, wow, you know, like, wow.
Well, it feels big when you got them tall ceilings like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, look, is there anything that you can think of that we could do better?
Man, no, I mean, like I said, I had one little issue that wasn't y'all problem. It was one of my doors came in damaged from the factory. Mm-hmm. And your guys called me, told me, hey, man, the door was on order. When it shows up, your door guy was awesome. Because when he came here, he could have just fixed that one door. Mm-hmm. But he was out sick when they installed him, so he double-checked the other door. And he said, man, while I'm here, let me re-level it. I mean, he went the extra mile and actually checked the other door to make sure everything was right on my roll-up doors. And, I mean, I think his name's Corey.
Okay.
And, man, I just, you know, you guys would come back, they would check over everything. Your gutter guy came out, and, man, he was missing a couple parts that he didn't get loaded in his truck. He was back the next day putting things up. I mean, it was on it, man. I mean, I really have zero complaints.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, look, my final question, if a friend asks you about your experience, what would you tell them?
Man, I would tell them, you know, go for it, man. I mean, go sit down with your team over there like I did and kind of tell them. I had this vision in my head, and I'm not an architect or anything like that, and I drew what I could with some markers and some paper napkins, and you guys kind of sat down and took the patience and drew everything out. And, I mean, they didn't know if I was a buyer or not, but they gave me the time of day, and they actually did things the way I wanted it, not what they wanted me to have. And, man, it was a great experience.
Well, good, man. Well, look, Josh, we appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. And is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
No, man, I appreciate y'all. It's, you know, going into 2025, it's really hard to find people that's got good workmanship and stand up behind what they do. It's good to deal with you guys, and y'all stand up behind y'all product.
Well, man, we really appreciate that. Now, look, if you need anything else in the future, or if you got any friends, don't forget about our referral program now. We'll pay you $200 every customer you send us. You knew about that, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Okay. I actually had a friend, Scott Gauthier from Cancro, referred me to y'all. He had a couple buildings.
Okay. Awesome.
And he did get his checks. As soon as my buildings were completed, he got his checks as promised.
Man, that's awesome. That's what we like to do here, because, you know, this right here is the best salespeople we could have is real customers with real buildings. And like I said, man, your buildings look really good. I mean, that like I said when we started our conversation, looks like a postcard to me, you know?
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, they came those little outside carports, man. I was hesitant about spending the extra money, but you guys explained to me, hey man, if we do it, it's all warranty, it's all tied into the building, it's all part of the structure. And man, once I got some third-party quotes came in late, I actually saved money by letting y'all put those outside carports on.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then probably we flashed it right and everything. Is better to do it all with us.
I know one leak anywhere in the house. I actually took a water hose and went around the windows before the guys left to make sure I had no leaks or anything. So, man, like I said, all the screws, they popped the line. All the screws are in a perfect line. They didn't over-torque the screws, so you see the dent in the building like most buildings you pass by.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it helps that you got them white ones. It's hard. I'm not going to lie. It's hard for the darker buildings to get that torque just right, But, Josh, man, we really appreciate you coming on today with us. And if you need anything in the future, please let us know, sir.
Yep, no problem. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thank you again.
All right, buddy.
All right. Bye-bye. Folks, we're going to go to another little commercial and we'll be back to tell you about our specials again. Okay?
At Mallett Buildings, we've been proudly serving our community for over 25 years. When it comes to building structures that last, experience matters. You've probably seen some companies offering long warranties, 10 years or more. But here's something important to consider. Can a company without a long track record truly back that up? It's easy to make promises, but what really counts is the ability to deliver, not just now, but 5, 10, or even 20 years.
Okay, folks, you heard from a real live customer here, and it could be you next. And it could be one of these buildings. Again, I want to go over with you one more time. We got the value series. You get a 2-year workmanship warranty with this building. This is the buildings that our competitors sell, or this is what we match to our competitors, okay? But then again, I must tell you, folks, it's not the same building. Why? Because one reason why, and the very important reason why, is our cable retention system, okay? I touched on that earlier. That's very important. Nobody else does that. So you're getting a one-up if we match your building to a competitor. Anyway, so you got a 30 by 50 by 12, $29,999, a 40 by 60 by 12, $43,999. That is our value series. We're throwing in free roof and wall insulation on this building. Jumping up a notch, our signature series. Everything you get right here, we got a 30 by 50 by 12, cash price $32,999. A 40 by 50 by 12 cash price $39,999. And then last, you got your 40 by 60 by 12 for $42,999. Folks, this is our signature building. It's a notch up from the value. Last special, we got our elite package, okay? Like I said, nobody builds this in the country, folks. And not only that, we're throwing in a free electrical package. Our building specialists are waiting on your phone call. You need to get your building today. We got 30 by 50 by 12, cash price $37,999. You got a 40 by 50 by 12, cash price $46,999. And you got a 40 by 60 by 12, cash price of $53,999. This is the elite special. We're throwing in a electrical package with this building, folks. Unbelievable deal, okay? So, again, like I said, we will beat anybody. You bring us a competitor's quote in writing, and we'll beat them apples to apples all day long at $1,000. And we're going to give you a superior building, folks. Even though we match their quote, you will be getting a superior building. One of the reasons is the cable retention system, so don't forget about that. And then last, don't forget, folks, we are now operating. If you are sitting at your house at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and want to talk to one of our building specialists about a building that you need, give us a call. Because why? Because we got somebody that will answer your call 24/7 here at Mallett, because we want to serve you, the customer. Okay? Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow.
At Mallett Buildings,